Hello everyone. In this video we're gonna see how our students can submit the work. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna create an assignment. From my phone I'm gonna go to class. On classwork I'm gonna say create, and this is gonna be an assignment. And the title is gonna be this is for 7th grade, so the text is 7.2a, classic sets of rational numbers. I already typed my instructions on a separate paper so I can check the spelling. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna paste the instruction. And I'm gonna separate the lines in case I have, so they can look more like steps. As students double click on the hyperlink. Next step, solve problems 8 and 10. Use the annotation tools and your work saves automatically. If this is the first time you open a protected hyperlink, you will have to type your username and password. You will use your student ID on both. These are the examples for the username and for the password. This will be the last step. If you couldn't listen to today's class, watch the hyperlinks to the videos, then independently complete the YouTube problems 8 and 10. Next, I'm gonna add the hyperlink. So I already typed my hyperlinks on a separate document. If you already have the hyperlinks on a separate document, it can be your lesson plan, it can be your syllabus, then you can just copy the links now from there. So my document will be in this link. So I'm gonna do right click and copy. I'm gonna go back to my Google Classroom. I'm gonna add the link. The link will be right here. I paste and I'm gonna add the link. That will be my link. I'm gonna go for another link. It's in a Microsoft Word document. This one right here. This is my first video. I'm gonna do right click, copy. Back to my Google Classroom, and now I'm gonna add the new hyperlink to the first video. I do right click and paste. I'm gonna add the link and that will be the second link. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring, which is this one right here. I just need to make sure that I'm gonna select the whole address. Right click, copy, and I'm gonna add the new link. I'm gonna do right click on my mouse and I do paste, and I'm gonna add the link. And I'm gonna assign this to all my students. So I said all my students. This is gonna be based on 100 points. And let's say that I'm gonna assign a due date that's gonna be in a couple of days, and the time is optional. Now that I finish assigning this, I'm gonna say assign. Once you assign, you can go back. So if you're not really sure if everything is correct, instead choose save draft. But I'm sure that I want to assign this assignment already, so I'm gonna say assign. It is assigning, and now it is assigned to all my students. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna go to the student portal to see how my students are gonna see my assignment. Okay, so now let's say that I already opened the videos and I watched the examples that teacher wanted for me to watch. And then also I already opened my handout and I finished completing my work using the annotation tools on the hyperlink. Now what the students can do, you can say, remember we are in the students platform. So the student will say, okay, I completed my assignments, and what I did is I took a screenshot, and the kids are really good on taking screenshots. So I'm gonna say add. And here the students will choose file. Also, they can do that from the cell phone in case they can take different pictures there. So I'm gonna say upload. I'm gonna browse, and let's say these two are the answers to my question. I'm gonna choose those two. That is my work for this assignment. So I can do just one screenshot for all the questions if it was in the same page, or I can do different screenshots if I have more than one problem. I'm at the student Google Classroom, so I'm gonna say turn in, and I'm gonna turn in because remember there were two questions the student needed to complete. So now the student completed those two questions. I'm gonna go back to my Google Classroom now as a teacher. I'm gonna minimize this, and now I'm back in my Google Classroom as a teacher. This is my teacher stream section. This is my first assignment that I created. Now I'm gonna go to grades. And you see here, it shows the student 1 already submitted the work. I'm gonna go to student 1 and it says that it's turned in. So I'm gonna click here and it shows the two problems. So I don't have to go to any other platform. I can keep reviewing the assignments from the same platform in this case. So what I'm gonna do now, so now I can see the work from my student. This is the first screenshot and I said, okay. And in this case, I see the first problem the student turned in. And then I'm gonna check the second problem. And so you see in between on the right side hand, I have one screenshot, then I can see the other screenshot. And if the student submitted more, then I can see all the different screenshots the student submitted. Now here, based on my observation, this student deserves a 95. I already checked that all the work by looking at the different screenshots the student gave me. And I'm gonna say return, and I'm gonna return all of them because I already gave a 95 grade. And you see here I'm replying that the student made a 95, and I'm gonna say return, and then it's gonna be returning, and the student will be able to see that on her Google Classroom. Okay, now you see how I was able to grade the work, and now I'm gonna go back to my Google Classroom. So here I'm at my Google Classroom page. I'm gonna go to grade, and now here I will be able to concentrate on my students and see all my students at the same time. And this is the grade that student 1 got. And if I want to go to the student's perspective, I'm going to be able to see that on the student side, the student already got the score as well. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.